A focused mind is a dangerous mind. If you're able to empower the thought, suddenly the power of that is big. They can make you sick just by looking at you. We have simple methods. It's a tremendous possibility.
Namaskaram, Sadhguru. They say evil eye brings bad luck and can cause harm. What is evil eye and are there methods to ward off evil eye?
So does such things exist? Yes. People can influence things. Right now, if I just take this water and look at it for a minute, we can prove today the molecular structure of the water will change. So now if I look at this, why should the molecular structure of the water inside change? It will. It can change in a positive way, it can change in a negative way. Both are possible. A focused mind is a dangerous mind. Dangerous or not is determined by the intent. If you're able to empower the thought, then the thought becomes very powerful. An angry mind, a lustful mind, a very loving mind, all these are powerful minds. The reason is not because of anger or love, simply because they become one-pointed. If something becomes one-pointed, suddenly the power of that is big. Now if you do this, it won't hurt somebody, you know, you make it like this, it hurts somebody, isn't it? Because it's become one-pointed. The same force, but it's one-pointed, suddenly it's creating a bigger impact. So, one-pointedness may happen out of sheer awareness or with sadhana or because of anger. When you're really angry with this person, your mind is one-pointed, just see. In love it may wander, but in anger and hatred, mind becomes one-pointed. Because of that one-pointedness, it can influence. So people who are in extreme states of anger, hatred, greed, when they really focus on something, things can happen in the other person. I said it can happen, not that it will happen. It also depends on how vulnerable you are. If you are organized in such a way, external influences do not determine what happens within you. Doesn't matter who looks at you, you can be free from that. If you are vulnerable because you are constantly being influenced by everything around you, if you are in such a state, it is possible that certain people can influence you. They can make you sick just by looking at you. It's very much possible. There are people who can cause death just by looking at somebody. If you can cause ecstasy in somebody just by looking at them, you can cause agony if you want, you know. Just a different switch, that's all. It's like your tap, if you turn this way, it's hot water, cold water. Mind is just like that. It can be used in many positive, phenomenal ways. It's a tremendous possibility. But people choose to use it in different ways. Whatever we make, which can enhance life, which can save life, which can beautify life, the same things can be used to destroy life, to horrify life, isn't it? Every day it's happening, technology. You could use it whichever way. This is also just that. This body and this mind can be used in the same way. This is why Indian women used to wear a big and it was supposed to be made of certain material. Turmeric and lime was used so that it doesn't affect. Particularly if a woman was considered very beautiful, then they would make it much bigger. Because naturally people's eyes will fall on somebody who has a certain physical presence. So it should not affect her health and well-being and whatever. So they made it much bigger. So if you consider yourself beautiful, you must have things. If you're a tiny one, I understand. So don't get into all these things, because then you will start thinking, right now I am getting a stomachache because she looked at me. I got a headache because he looked at me. Don't get into all that. For this we have simple methods. We give you a fire wash. You know what's fire wash? It's called Kleshanashana.
That means an act which will take away the impurities that gather around you. Because your body is not just here, your body doesn't stop here, it extends itself. Is it necessarily happening because of other people's look or not, that's a questionable matter. But impact of life around you upon your energy system is definitely happening. If you have a spiritual process within you, that is, you're doing some kriya or you're doing some meditative processes, then you don't need all this, because you know how to wash yourself from within.
Dear seekers, in the pursuit of understanding the intricate dance between the mind and spirituality, let us delve into 3 intriguing questions. 1. What is the nature of the mind, and how does it influence our spiritual journey? 2. Can true spirituality be realized without transcending the confines of the mind? 3. How do our thoughts and perceptions shape our spiritual experiences? The mind, an intricate labyrinth of thoughts, perceptions, and beliefs, serves as both a gateway and a barrier in our spiritual quest. It is akin to a restless ocean, constantly in flux, shaped by the winds of external influences and internal emotions. This ever-changing nature of the mind often leads us to question the very reality we perceive, urging us to seek a deeper, more profound truth beyond its confines. Consider, for a moment, the concept of mindfulness. It is an art of being fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. In practicing mindfulness, we learn to observe our thoughts without becoming entangled in them. This detachment is not a disconnection, but a deeper connection with the present moment, unclouded by the past or the future. But true spirituality transcends even this heightened state of awareness. It invites us to experience a realm where the mind's incessant chatter is silenced, where we connect with the essence of our being that is unbounded by thoughts or emotions. This is not to say that the mind is an adversary in our spiritual journey. Instead, it is a tool, a vessel that can either anchor us in the mundane or propel us towards the ethereal. In everyday life, we witness the interplay between mind and spirituality. Take, for instance, the simple act of watching a sunset. The mind may rush to categorize this experience, to dwell on the day's events, or to anticipate the night ahead. Yet, in a moment of spiritual awakening, we transcend these thoughts and simply exist in the beauty of the moment, feeling an inexplicable connection with the universe. As we navigate our spiritual path, we must learn to harmonize the mind with our spiritual essence. This harmony is not achieved through suppression or denial of thoughts, but through understanding and acceptance. It is about finding the stillness within the storm, the silence amidst the noise. So, dear seekers, always remember that our spiritual journey is deeply intertwined with the workings of our mind. It is through understanding and transcending the limitations of our thoughts that we open the door to a profound spiritual awakening. In this journey, the mind is both the starting point and the bridge to a realm of infinite possibilities, where we discover the true essence of our being. As we advance on this path, we must ask ourselves, how does one cultivate a mind that aids in spiritual growth? The answer lies in the practice of conscious awareness. This practice involves observing our thoughts, emotions, and actions without judgment or attachment. It is about becoming a witness to the workings of our own mind. Consider the analogy of a river. Our thoughts are like the flowing water, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent. Conscious awareness is like sitting on the bank of this river, watching the water flow by. We observe the thoughts, but we do not become the thoughts. We realize that we are the observer, separate and detached from the incessant stream of consciousness that is our mind. This practice of observation leads to a profound realization that we are not our thoughts, emotions, or physical body. We are something far greater, an eternal spirit temporarily experiencing the physical realm through the lens of the mind. This realization is the essence of spirituality, understanding our true nature beyond the physical and mental planes. In everyday life, this realization transforms our experience of the world. We begin to see the beauty in the mundane, the divine in the ordinary. We approach life with a sense of wonder and awe, as we recognize the spiritual essence in everything and everyone. Our interactions become more compassionate, our actions more mindful, and our existence more purposeful. Moreover, this journey towards spiritual enlightenment is not a solitary endeavor. It is enriched by our relationships with others. Each person we encounter, each experience we undergo, serves as a mirror reflecting aspects of our own mind and spirit. Through these reflections, we gain deeper insights into our own nature and that of the universe. In the end, the journey of spirituality is about returning to our essence, to the core of our being that remains untouched by the fluctuations of the mind. It is about realizing that our true self is not confined by the limitations of the physical world. This journey is endless, for the depths of our spirit are boundless. Each step we take brings us closer to our true nature, to a state of bliss and understanding that transcends the mind and resonates with the universal spirit. In this way, dear seekers, the relationship between mind and spirituality is not one of conflict but of coexistence and cooperation. The mind, with all its complexities, is the vessel that carries us through the physical realm, while our spirit guides us towards the realization of our eternal, boundless nature. Together, they weave the tapestry of our existence, a journey of discovery, awakening, and ultimate transcendence.